My name is Amira Osman. I'm a professor in architecture at the Tshwane University of Technology. I also hold the position of the South African Research Chair in Spatial Transformation. My interest is in cities, in the transformation of cities, specifically in a post-apartheid South African condition, and housing comprises a very big percentage of cities. To understand housing and the housing context in South Africa, one needs to have a very deep understanding of housing policy. For that reason, in collaboration, the Tshwane University of Technology has set up a short learning program on housing policy, where we are targeting government officials, practitioners, designers, architects, planners, engineers, anyone that wants to deeply understand the housing context in South Africa. We want to do this by looking at housing policy as it is, how it developed, the history, the background, how it relates to other policies in South Africa. What are the influencing factors in housing policy in South Africa? For example, we look quite deeply at how our constitution presides over everything, and we filter down right to how certain court cases have had an instrumental role in shaping our thinking about housing in South Africa.
When I saw the brochure, was that I saw quite a few names that I know very well that have been in the sector for a long, long time. And so that got me excited, because I knew then that it wouldn't just be a theoretical course, but it would be a course with knowledge and skills that people can use. So I think, just the fact that the people have come together and thought through this and created that network of the relevant people to come in has really, really been great. After the first week of the course, of course, I was keen to know what people thought. And it was really, really exciting to see the feedback, to get the feedback from the people that had participated. People were excited about what they had learned. People were excited about the various professionals that had presented the work to them and the way in which it was presented. But I think most importantly, they saw the relevance of the work of the course to their work environment, and were already looking at how it could be implemented and what changes that they could make.
My name is Laksyan Aryan, and just a bit of a background on me. I've been involved in housing and land issues from a government perspective for 25, 30 years now. And so I've experiential knowledge. I'm quite capacitated in terms of the history of land and housing arrangements in this country from a policy and legislative perspective. It seemed like practitioners have been speaking a different language from the theoreticians. An academic might write a paper, for example, about social housing, simply by referencing some other paper from Netherlands, but having no clue in many instances about, what are the intimate and exact challenges that we as a country are facing, and individual communities for that matter. On the other hand, the practitioners seem to lack a theoretical foundation in terms of their decision making, in terms of their policy drafting. So we're hoping through this short learning program to marry the two, to bring the ideas from the theoretical world and match it to the skills that are clearly there among bureaucrats, for example.
So this course has been long coming. The main aim was to really look at, give someone a whole picture of the housing policy, anything related to the housing policy. So if you're working in the housing sector, especially related to affordable housing, you need to understand what are the available policies, because that gives you the a picture of where you would find funding to be able to do the work there. And also it gives you a picture of what are the requirements for you to set up any housing development.
You'll understand that historically the human settlement was never designed as a discipline. We have never had a dedicated course that will be able to produce what you call the human settlement officers. So the course is very much relevant in terms of establishing that. The course itself is able to contextualize the human settlement in relation to the development of the country, and is able to equip all the people who are working in that particular sector with necessary understanding and basic and necessary understanding of what they are expected to do. So out of this particular course, you can be able to have a clear human settlement planner or a human settlement officer who's able to coordinate all the other sectors for the benefit of the sustainable human settlement. The way the material are packaged and the way the sequence in terms of the course is very key. So therefore, where I'm sitting, even the team below me, all of them are still want to be able to recommend that they can be able to come and be able to attend.
Oh, the quality of material and the lectures are well informed. I believe all of them, the three Dr. Lex, and he's very, very well informed. So he knows so many things, that everything that is happening in South Africa that has to do with land, housing, like it's so vast in the field of housing. Yeah.
Each and every department has something to benefit out of this, because you can't talk of housing without all these other subservient uses that are related to housing itself, and it affects the whole spectrum of departments in the city.
Especially for me, coming from the private sector into the public sector, it's helped me broaden my understanding on why we have certain policies, what the policies are supposed to address, and how we as a department are supposed to implement them, and what the implementation is supposed to achieve. So I feel everyone in a senior level should be attending this course, not necessarily just housing people.
The course has been so informative. The course has been so enlightening. I really wish this course can be given to each and every person who works for the government, not necessarily the municipality.
It's been very informative. I think there's a lot of things I took for granted, I think. So having to do the course and actually have an understanding of what the various role players actually have to do. So it's been quite an interesting take. It's a great course. It's a great course.
The material is very interesting, and the quality of the facilitators, I'm very much impressed. Their profile speaks for itself. When you check how they facilitate, you can see that these are people who are knowledge-based, and they are living the experience in terms of housing policies. So you can't leave anyone outside, in fact. So the entire municipal departments or subsections, most of them should be attending this course.
The material is very understandable. The professors as well are doing a great job in terms of giving the information and all that. You know, the interaction is so much. It makes you want to come here every day. For me, I would really be sad to just leave this course. I wish we could just go on and on and on. I love it. I'm in love with this course.